Dr. Lifesgud Selebogo, welcome to the Business Profile Interviews series for the Randburg Chamber of Commerce and Industry. My name is Patrick, and in addition to this, I help achieve transformative results. I'm a coach, but today is about you, and yeah, we're really excited to have you join the community. Can you please tell us a little bit about what brought you to what you do, the Bizplug amongst many things, and yeah, how did you get to where you are right now? Can you run us through in brief what was your journey?
I'll try and keep it brief. Thanks for having me, Patrick. I really appreciate it. My background has been in the informal spaces. I've always been an entrepreneur. I had a corporate stint for about 5 years in the facilities management industry in the early 2000s. And I went back into business full time. And I've worked in the hair care industry, in the construction industry, in the fashion retail space, events and entertainment. And I think all of these different things pretty much led me to understanding challenges that other entrepreneurs face and the support that I did not get when I was still starting out in business. And that has come full circle. I mean, where we're at now, I'm in the funding space. We've got a company called the People's Fund that's done just over 300 million rand in revenue, and it funds purchase orders. But the Bizplug, which is why I'm here, is a company that is focused on entrepreneurship development. So we offer a lot of training workshops that focus on enabling SME owners and entrepreneurs to build their businesses. So it's really about helping them to ideate, to validate, and to create and grow their businesses into the next levels. Been very fortunate to start a movement called the Hookup Dinner that grew in a period of 10 years. We closed it down at the end of 2021. And that gave me access to other African entrepreneurs across the African continent. So I got to travel a lot, got a lot of exposure and build communities in other countries. And it gave me new brothers and sisters across the continent. So it's been a really, really great blessing to operate in this space. And the Bizplug really just focuses on making sure that we leverage our history and our past and experience to help new age and up and coming entrepreneurs.
That's powerful. And what was the inspiration towards entrepreneurship, towards moving to what you do? You did say that you went into corporate for a while.
Yeah. I mean, really, I'm a problem solver and a leader at heart. A reluctant one at that, but I find myself in spaces where I become defiant and I want to, like if I feel like people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, I take up space and do whatever needs to be done. And that has often led me to figuring out how to solve this profitably, because I don't have rich uncles and aunts. My dad is a pastor, my mom is a nurse, and they retired. So I had to figure out a way to make sure that I monetize, and that has helped a lot. I mean, I was very fortunate at some period in my life to work closely with Richard Branson. This was in 2010, 2011. They had the Richard Branson Center of Entrepreneurship, and that was my first big exposure. When you read about somebody for so long and their dream, they're very far, and then the next thing you have this once in a lifetime opportunity to work very closely with them and interface with their brands. It was magic. I couldn't believe that I was doing this, but it became so natural for me because I was naturally aligned to solving township-based problems. So they needed to reach Black entrepreneurs in townships, and they had a team of white people who didn't know much about townships. And I noticed that and I offered my services. And so I got in joining the program to be developed myself, but I came out being a service provider, servicing the Virgin Group and doing a whole lot of other things like social media and stuff.
So always having to make a plan, I'm hearing, and but you could have been a pastor, you could have been a teacher. What made you go an entrepreneurial route? What made you decide to go there? even submitting to the School of Entrepreneurship, the Richard Branson School of Entrepreneurship, or the Entrepreneur Center, was something you didn't necessarily have to do. I'm always curious as to what is the spark that drives entrepreneurs? You said problem solving, I guess. Yeah, you did say that. Problem solving. And maybe not being able to do so within the context of the silos and the procedures and the rules. Or at least not being able to do so fast enough. Okay. No, I'm hearing that. That's really fantastic. And so can you tell me a little bit more about the services that the Bizplug provides? And what is your current role in the organization?
I'm the managing director. We're a team of 23. We mostly run training programs across the country. We work with the CETAs. So there's the wholesale and retail CETA, services CETA, and a couple of other CETAs. So pretty much we try and cover the skills gap in the SMME space. So small business owners struggle with getting access to programs and funding, right? So our route to market in that space was, let's get accredited. And because naturally we are teachers, we're facilitators, we took up the courses, we got accredited as assessors, as facilitators, and as moderators within our team. And because I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, so some of them are independent contractors who offer services into the Bizplug. And what's important about that is that it enables me to work with people who have real expertise without having to spend a lot of money on HR costs upfront, right? So I work with really amazing entrepreneurs that I've mentored and developed over the years, who've now in turn have become mentors into my network. And we really just offer training, especially in rural areas and in townships. We do a lot of mentoring and coaching. We work with organizations like the Ellen Gray Orbis Foundation, the Johannesburg Business School, and a couple of other clients similar to that. And then we do incubation of SMEs, and with that work on programs like Palo World, as well as the Innovation Agency. And then I offer a lot of speaking, MCing. We do road shows and activations across the country and into neighboring countries. So working with organizations like the South African Breweries, now called AB InBev, I've spearheaded campaigns in 7 markets across the continent where we sourced entrepreneurs who are innovative in the renewables energy space and sustainability in line with their goals for the future. And so my goal really is to find the pipeline, to find the diamonds in the rough, and craft them and present them to the people who can grow them or who can move them forward through the resources that they have. So you could be an entrepreneur who's building a tech solution, but you don't have the necessary co-founder expertise and stuff like that. We can walk a coaching journey over a 12-month period, but it's always under an organization. So I don't work with individuals.
Got it. So in terms of that, then I think you've answered that. The next question, which is, who would you say is your ideal client? Yeah, definitely large-scale organizations, preferably multinationals who have an African footprint. And the reason for that is I realized that our problems are similar, and we're very similar in nature across Africa, more than we are different. So it makes it easy. Any English-speaking country on the continent gives me an opportunity to serve. So we service multinationals, foundations, FDIs, that type of space. And because we're predominantly in the entrepreneurship development space, as an ESO, which is Enterprise Support Organization, it makes it easy to move across borders. Powerful. So, what did you mention? Was it what was that? Is it FDI? What is that? And I might have used the wrong. Oh, do you mean DFIs, donor-funded organizations, institutions? Okay, got it. All right. Thank you. Okay, get it. And So what would be something that, we could, what support, or, because, you've kind of shared what support you provide, what support could be relevant to you guys in terms of your needs and wants?
Look, because we're an organization that is building, and the Bizplug is pretty new. It's about 2 years old. And having started this as a new organization, I am trying to build an organization that is relevant at a regional level. And you can't do that without chambers, So I was advised by a friend of mine who works for the World Bank. She said, look for local chambers and start getting into those spaces. I've never done that. So it's a new experience for me. And because I believe a lot in peer-to-peer mentoring, when they said do this, I did it, and now we're here.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing from that, correct me if I'm wrong, is definitely learning and resources around expanding regionally.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. That's great to hear. So on this portion, thank you so much. That was a short business profile interview. I really appreciate your time. I'm gonna stop the recording now.